Hello everybody, Christian from Treasure Town here, and I'm really excited. Today we're going to be keeping on going through a large collection of French and German jetons that I purchased. This specific one, I believe, is going to be 16 of them from Louis the 15th, who reigned after Louis the 14th. He would reign until about 1774, so right sort of in the dawn of the Revolution, and going to be a bunch of historic coins. I think I paid, not a ton, a little bit less than $20 for each of these. So I'll just put these over here. Again, I don't know quite as much as, say I'm going through US coins. I'm going to know a lot about what I'm looking at. Here I'm more just excited to see what I've purchased, what I'm unboxing. This is a really interesting head shape I've never seen. It doesn't quite flatter Louis the 15th, who's called Louis the Well-Beloved. And again, so we've got an equestrian statue. And, again, I find these such interesting pieces of numismatic history, technically not made for circulation, but, with the great, basically date 1744, but just a really historic coin right around that 300-year-old mark. And so, you see a Nav Rex because they still had control over the province, whatever, principality of Navarre in northern Spain that no longer, France does not control all of Navarre today, as far as I'm aware. And then here, another brass. That one has some neat toning on it too. When you look at it from the right angle, I'll show that off a little bit more. But here, again, much more. I'm noticing because before this had made a video unboxing some of the ones from Louis the 14th. I think that the striking and the bust is maybe a little bit more in detail, and then that's a pretty incredible looking reverse, and then sort of, I don't know if it's an unattractive or attractive. Tell me what you think, if that toning looks good to you, or if it's more like not a rust but some sort of environmental damage. I think it's like bluish toning on my first impression. The other thing I'm just noticing there, I'm not sure if this is right, but zooming in on the top of that eye, it almost looks like it was repunched. And so a lot of the different things, there would be interesting things going on with the dies. You see up here, the end, it looks like there was probably like a little die break in that punch, or it didn't fully go through. And, remarkable level of detail though. And the thing is, these were also much more, they didn't circulate as heavily as a lot of the coins were, or they weren't destroyed so quickly. So, oh my goodness, I don't want to touch that and put my fingerprint all over it. That is a gorgeous coin. Like mint state looking. Beautiful. Wow. 1747. Just looks like it was straight off of the press. I think I did very well. Not that this would make up the entire cost of the entire lot that I purchased, but I think that this is a really nice buy. Partie casuelle. I don't know exactly all of what it means, but 1747 looks just tons of mint luster on this coin, and it doesn't really have a cartwheelable effect, but tell me what you think. I think, if we could get a few more of these, I would, if that's not the best coin in the lot, I would be surprised, but maybe that's the possibilities. And wow, this one looks also similar. It doesn't look as nice as the last one though, but still, incredible level of detail here. Eternitas, I don't know exactly what that means, but a snake eating itself, it's got to have some, forming a circle and cornucopia in the middle. I don't know what political commentary that means, but 1756, really, really cool material. And I don't know the value, maybe I'm getting really excited about coins that are really not worth very much at all, but I would be, just like my intuition tells me that that's a very nice coin that we looked at 2 coins ago. No date, circa 1723. This is a younger head looking one. It's going to actually be a very similar design to the one that we looked at over here earlier, maybe even the same one. So interesting to note that one, but I'm now really on the hunt for stuff that looks like the ones we picked out, the copper stuff. So anyways, another brass jeton, equestrian statue again. So maybe these were some of the more common ones, and we're picking up a fair amount of those. I probably won't, but even here, I think that this one's 1743, this one's 1744. Look at the difference in the bust. This one is far the left uglier than, this one just has normal face proportions. So I don't know, again, if there's any commentary or if that's just like maybe not the best artwork and job on that. But here we see a really interesting, I mentioned earlier some of the die breaks maybe, tons and tons of die breaks, die cracks running through the punches, especially on the XV. That Ludovic, so that's saying Louis the 15th. DG, I believe, is De Grantia. And then France, that's going to be France and Navarre Rex, King of France and Navarre again. I think I said that a few times. This one also going to have that equestrian statue. So that seems to be the real theme there. Not that those aren't rare, but they're sort of obviously more common, which is fine. But like those are probably the types that I'll definitely be selling more of, where I don't even know if I would consider getting the really nice copper ones graded, but I'm hoping that there's more of those. This one also, let's see, new design, so that's good. 1723, much earlier, and again, I mean, even though these are a little, more recently produced than the ones from, the Louis the 14th, obviously, the king before him, these seem to have much nicer designs or just really intricate things going on them. Even this one says it's something the 23rd of October 1723. Something must have happened then, and just great pieces of history commemorating interesting events, obviously. And another one of these copper ones, larger planchet. I don't know what Christianus is, if it has to do with the religion of Christianity. We see a little bit of luster on them. 1723 as well. Parvo Thure Litatur, so probably something to do with reading, but again, I don't know all of the words that were being produced here, and it's not just like a clear translation straight over to Latin either, but enough luster on this one. I just need to do more research to figure out if these are really just common, but let's take another look at that. Had no idea that was going to be remotely close to the quality of the coins that I would be receiving in here. After that, another, wow, look at that, 1744 CHO Deniers. I mean, I know that there's the Denier Tournois, but more Ludovicus the 15th, Rex Christianus, and the engraver's initials, I assume, whoever that is, FM, Copper Jeton, 1744, really cool, and can keep moving here, but I think I did very well in this collection. Wow, another one of these really nice coppers, 1728. This one has a lot of weight to it, and I mean, just gorgeous art. I know I'm more excited about this than I have been about a lot of the coins I've bought recently, just because there's so much. It's so much older and reminiscent of a lot of the colonial stuff. This is a special collection, and I'm glad I bought more that are in the mail right now, and I really paid up for them. Some of them I spent I think another $2,500 on a big collection of this, but anyways, this one I'm also going to try to hold on to, and I'm really going to explore. I don't think that grading them is worth it, but to pay for even just a true view, I think that these would look incredible with a true view from PCGS. I'll have to be in touch with them. 1716 copper jeton, Louis the 15th, La Vie de Dijon. So I think I've been to Dijon, France. There's Dijon mustard. That's where it comes from, and just another incredible crest on the ground. But I feel that the intricacies, that mountainscape in the background or the hills, with the vegetation, really stand out, and very just impressed with the really art that's represented on all of these tokens. Because again, these are not made for circulation. Here, this is what I thought most of the coppers would look like, and even then, I mean, a cool mining scene, sort of out of nowhere. Yeah, there it even says mining scene. So, this was a really cool collection, and I'm glad that I was able to purchase most of it intact. There were a few that I did not buy all of them on, but in exhaustis generosa metallis. So maybe that's unending generosity of metal that's coming out of the mountains and the royal tresor. I'm not exactly those ones sounded more phonetically similar to a lot of the English stuff, but around 1715, so Louis the 15th started his reign again in 1710, so that's why we see such a young baby face look to it. And it also makes sense because his regent was Philippe II, the Duke of Orleans or Orleans, from 1715 to 1723. But he didn't reign in 1710. Excuse me. I believe his father passed away. He was the King of France. At 5, and that's why regent, he was actually the king. But it's still crazy that he was the king at like 13 or 14. But that's why we see a baby face on this, even though it's got the long hair and a king-style portrait. That's why, literally probably would have been a king with, and you even see right there, Philippus de Aurier. Like, I assume that is going to be in reference to the regent, the acting ruler, in Philippe II. But our last coin here, and then I'm probably just going to show off some of my favorites again, these copper ones with the luster. It's going to be a 1723 or 1730 brass jeton. I would imagine if they had 1730 on it, that it probably is from 1730 and not 1723. Vertu et Fortune, nice, interesting figure there, and performing. Unfortunately, a little bit of damage. It looks like it is on both sides, but again, these were made to be used in the accounting token, gaming token, that sort of thing context. But such a cool group. Again, this one did end up being my favorite. Really, really nice look to it, and it's going to go right to my collection unless I decide it's worth getting graded, but I don't think it probably won't be. Anyways, thanks for joining me, and like I said, I've got more of these in the mail from the same source, so I look forward to unboxing them here, and I'll see you then. Thanks for watching the video. Be sure to like, comment your thoughts, and subscribe to Treasure Town, and get in touch with me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Also, check out my website, treasuretowncoins.com, for news and updates related to the channel and collectibles in general. Lastly, there's a link tree in the description with links to all of my other sites, as well as some affiliate links that can support the channel. But with that being said, have a great day, and I'll hope to see you on some of my videos in the future.